Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is Yarn Talk, I believe episode 65. It's been a few weeks since I made one, so I'm not sure. For anyone new to the channel, Yarn Talk is a knitting and crochet podcast guaranteed to give you your recommended dose of fiber arts in 60 minutes or less. If you are worried that your fiber intake may be lower than the recommended dosage, feel free to subscribe to the channel to ensure that more awesome projects like these can help keep your hands and your heart full. So, you may hear random occasional chirping. Earlier this week, if you missed the live video and didn't get a chance to watch it, or just watching replays of lives isn't your thing, my husband brought in an orphaned baby starling and we are nursing him back to health. He's doing quite well. He is attempting to flap off and fly away. In the next few days, we're going to be able to take him into the backyard and let him do a few test flights, and hopefully in maybe 2-3 weeks he'll be ready to fly off on his own. Fingers crossed that it keeps going well. Eating solid foods now, all sorts of cool stuff like that. We're going to be graduating to bugs shortly. Apparently there's nowhere in the area that will take in starlings because they are a non-native species. So apparently it's the bird's fault for its ancestors over 200 years ago being brought here by settlers who were Shakespeare buffs. Whatever. Anyway. Moving on to the fibery stuff. And he's tuned to my voice, so he'll probably keep talking even though he's covered. Hopefully it's not too terribly disruptive and loud. We shall see. I am in the midst of prepping for a 3-day long craft market, which kind of has me paranoid and freaking out. So I have a ton of little things that are finished, I have a ton of little things that I'm halfway through finishing, and I have some bigger things that I need to finish up soon. Lots and lots of stuff. So yeah, I am going to jump into finished stuff first. So as you can see, everything in this room around me is chaos because I have so many things I'm trying to do. Alright, so I have a few things in here. Oh, I guess I don't have as many things in this as I thought I did. I have a zero levy that is done that I will be putting into the box with the rest of the other stuff. I'm actually going to put all of the white objects in a Ziploc bag so that I don't have to worry about them getting dirty or having weird colored fibers picked up from other objects. And this is a free pattern, but I have modified it significantly. I really like the way it turns out. So I actually have one of these that needs to go out for an order because dummy me hasn't put my Etsy shop on vacation mode yet, which I will be doing in the next day or so that everything that I have made now I won't have to worry about remaking before the event. So zero levy. Other thing, I'm not quite sure what sort of animal this is supposed to be, but it kind of looks both cat and bear-like, but it's just a little snuggly doll thing to hug, and it's made with Team Spirit yarn from Red Heart. It's whatever the orange and black one is. Other things in here, I was going through my scrap bin, which is one of those giant cheese ball containers, and made little scrap cotton scrubbies. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see that with the color, with the sun shining right there. But this is actually 3 separate scraps all put together, and it's corner to corner moss stitch, which is actually super cool and a lot easier than you'd think once you get going. So there's those. I've only got 2 of those. I don't know if I'll have a lot more of them. I'm going to put them with my small washcloth stash that I have. and maybe make a few more in like red, black, purple before then. We'll see. Other stuff I have in here, just a plain black beanie. I hope to make a few more of these. This is just a regular skull cap size. It's not slouchy or anything. Well, I mean, if you're a woman with a small head or a young teenager, I guess it could be slouchy. But just a plain black hat. I have a pair of black fingerless gloves that I made, and this was actually from a pattern meant to be made with crochet thread, and I did it with Red Heart with Love. I just did obviously less stitches and rows, and actually steam blocked it. And they're about mid forearm length, go up to the tops of my fingers. I wanted to make more pairs of these. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to. I'm just, the show is 2 weeks out, and I'll have a day or two where I'm totally paralyzed and can accomplish nothing because I'm like, I'm not gonna have enough stuff. It's no good. So got that stuff. I'll pop that all back in here so I can get it where it needs to go, and I have to inventory everything I have and tag everything I have, and it's an ongoing process. All right, other small crochet things that I have. I started making some keychains. I don't know how many I'm going to have because some of them I kind of like them just as small plushies. I don't feel like they need to be on a keychain, but made these cute little bumblebees. They are very, very teeny tiny. It is a free pattern that I actually found on Tumblr, and I will link to that. It's like an image instructional. So I've got 3 of these, 3 of the regular little bees. And because it's supposed to be sort of a dark market and me being me, trying to find some way to kind of twist it, I made zombies. They are the exact same pattern, but it's done with a green body and a little red wing. I've got 2 of those so far. I want to have at least 5 of each of these. Not sure how well that plan is going to work out, but that's my objective right now. And I actually got a jewelry display to put my keychains on. It's a 3-tiered thing that just has bars of varying heights, and I thought it'd be good to kind of show them off. That way people can grab them and it won't take up as much space on my tables. I've got those. Quit spinning around, you goofy little thing. The only other keychain that I have right now is one of the mini octopi that I made, and this one is made with Red Heart Super Saver purple tones. I've got another one that I'm halfway done with, but I don't know if I'm going to put it on a keychain or not. Like I said, I kind of like these just as plushies. Small ones. My kids like all the teeny tiny toys, so. Alright, moving on to, oh, no, wait, I take that back. I have a couple other things that are partly finished. So the other one that I have completely done is this right here. This is an itty bitty micro narwhal done with some rainbow yarn. Super tiny. And I've actually got a few more in progress. All of the other narwhals that I have, I just need to make and attach horns. I just haven't sat down and gotten a chance to do it yet. And the other 2 things I have, I'm not sure if I'm considering them done or not. But I made these, and I am calling this Hemo the Happy Blood Droplet. I'm going to add little smiles onto them, and I'm not sure if I should put legs, because I'm thinking of having these as keychains, but if I wanted them to be plushies, I feel like they'd need at least little stubby legs, kind of like the front fins on the narwhal here. I don't know if you can even see those. Not sure. What do you think? Legs or no legs on the blood droplets? Also, the cool thing is that you could use this pattern to make it in any color and make it different things. Regular blue for raindrop, green for poison, yellow for little drops of sunshine. I mean, you could do all sorts of things with this, but pretty cool. So I've got these. These are mostly finished objects, I guess. So this is the last one that's completely done. Got those. These are the other two rainbow narwhals that need horns. I got a bigger narwhal that needs a horn. This is actually made with the same pattern that I have a video for, which is a very long-winded video, so I think I'm going to film a shorter version of it at some point. But this guy just needs a horn. And I've got this other itty-bitty mini octopus that needs legs and a keychain. Other things that are nearly finished that just need the final touches. I have a few of the octopus hats that I make. As you can see, it's got long, dangly tendrils. And I can actually even put it on without taking my hair down because it's meant to be slouchy. I can get it in the right spot. But yeah, so that's what that looks like. And I've got it in the standard green and yellow that I use, which is Big Twist Premium Spring Tones, and I don't usually see this in the store anymore. The last time I got it, they had it in mill-end bags on clearance, and I bought as much as they had because I really like the way that this color works together. I have another one that I'm doing in Cupcake Confetti, which is also a Big Twist Premium yarn, and these just need eyes. I just have to make and sew the eyes onto these. That's two more that are partway done. The other thing. And the other thing that I have that is partway done, I actually need to make another one of these for an order to go out. I have an order for a Jack Lovey on top of the Zero Lovey, and they're not going to the same people. So I have 3 squares made to make the little Jack Loveys that I make. So all I have to do is make heads and arms and sew them onto these. And then I'll have 3 zeros and 2 jacks. I'm gonna try and have 5 of each for the show, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I was pretty much crochet paralyzed for an entire week and accomplished nothing in regards to crochet, which is really frustrating, but it happens when you get a case of the overwhelms, you know. So that is a work in progress. All right, other things that I'm working on. So I'm not going to go through all of these because this is ridiculous, but this entire container is full of stitch markers and earrings. So I made lots of sets of stitch markers. I think I have a few that are actually on hangers so I can show you what they're like. But I actually put some of these on my business cards just because I'm trying to figure out the best possible way to display them. Turn around, kitty cat. It's a little lucky cat marker with a few seemingly matching ethnic markers to go with it. And this is another one. And this is kind of tongue-in-cheek on my part because fast food is kind of bad for you. So that, if it will focus, is a little charm that is fries, and there's a little skull to go with it. So I have a bunch of those. I have so many different sets of things in here. It's horrible. Well, by horrible, I mean both awesome and impressive. So I sat down and in one day made 116 stitch markers and 4 sets of earrings in one day. So I kind of had my jewelry mojo going, which I really haven't had for a long time, but that's all in here. I have to figure out how to display it and price everything. I'm also going to be taking all of my hand-dyed yarn that I have to the show with me and hopefully get rid of some of it would be really nice. Other stuff that I have is sewing stuff. I have dusted off my sewing machine essentially, and I'm trying to find things to take with me. So I made these two little things. These are just kind of cute little stuffed cat dolls. These were very quick to make. I made each of them with just a 10 by 10 fabric scrap. So these, I'm gonna try and make some more of these just because they're small, they're quick, something else to fill space. Other things, I actually have some bags. Remember how I said I wasn't gonna make bags? Well, let me tell you a story as briefly as possible. So I'm on all of the local buy-sell trade groups for the area, and somebody had a rather large fabric inheritance that they didn't particularly want, so they were selling it for excessively cheap. So I purchased it and now have 4 tubs, 4 18-gallon totes full of fabric, taking up a lot of space in my craft room. So combining that fabric with the small amounts of fabric I already had and a few fat quarter purchases from Joann's, I started making bags and figured out a pattern that I enjoy for 2 styles of bags. One is going to be just a regular straight up drawstring bag, and the other one is actually going to be a tote bag that is more like a purse that has handles and a magnetic snap closure. So the first bag that I made was one of these, was this one. I'm not particularly fond of it, so any of my testing bags are going to be listed under misfit bags in my shop when I get an opportunity to post them, and they'll be available at a cheaper rate than the other ones. Now the stitching is sound and everything, they're just not 100% as pretty as I would like them to be. So if you're okay with it not being the most gorgeous thing but still kind of cool, they'll be available. So this is little campfire print on the fabric. It has a heavy duty macrame drawstring on it. It is lined and has interfacing, so it is very sturdy. It can stand completely on its own. This particular one can hold a cake of yarn or 1 skein of something like a normal Red Heart Super Saver. This is on the smaller side. Most of the bags I've made after this one are significantly larger and will just be that way. And all of them are going to have the little tag in here that I made, which has my company logo and name. So there's that one. And the second one that I have that's made with that same fabric has a sort of coordinating brown floral on top. As you can see, the drawstring is in a slightly different location, and the interior is still the orange. This is a little bit bigger, and the style is different, but they do still have the boxed bottom. This is just more pro looking. This was the second bag that I made. The drawstring still pulls it together. And the third one, which I will show, even though this one is not going to be available. This is actually going to be for my sister-in-law, but this was the third bag that I made when I finally got it all figured out. This, as you can see, is quite large. This bag will hold a Karen Jumbo and a Red Heart Super Saver Ombre with room to spare. This one has owls, and the interior is some really nifty blue dark florals. But my sister-in-law's birthday is soon and she's an owl nut, so made her some cute little, I don't know if you'll even be able to see them, but made some cute little stitch markers to go along with the bag. And I'm gonna throw some of my hand-dyed yarn in there to go along with it. This has got to get in the mail for her soon. This is the next bag that I made, and I'm super, super stoked about this one. So this bag is huge. And that is covered in cassette tapes and boom boxes. And the interior fabric is music notes. This big bag is 15 inches by 17, I believe, was the finished measurement. It's still lined, still interfaced, and has the square bottom. Now, those were the drawstring bags. This is my first actual bag that I made, and it has a few things that I need to tweak for the next one, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm headless right now, but that's fine because I'm showing you this awesome bag that I made. So, this is the bag. It's pretty much made in the same style as the drawstring bag, except it has handles that are reinforced and contain interfacing, so they are quite sturdy, and has a magnetic snap on the interior that holds it together like an actual purse, and it still has the boxed bottom. So these will be slightly more expensive because they take more work and more hardware, but I will be having bags like this available on top of those. And speaking of sewing, I had to break for a bird feeding again. So the other few things that I have in progress, because I have my Hangetsu shawl that I was making with shawl in a ball, but it's moving really slowly, so I don't know if I'm going to have that in time for this one, but I'll keep working on it so I can have it for the one that I'm going to in October. Other things are sewing things, and just to show you what a bag looks like when it's almost done, this is going to be another handled tote bag. But all I have to do now is sew everything together, and this funky leopard print that you see is the interior, and the exterior is this really cool Halloween print. I found a whole bunch of really neat Halloween prints in the clearance section at Joann's, on top of their usual ginormous 20% off your whole purchase coupon that I had. So that's one. All I have to do is sew that together, turn it top stitch, and that one's done. Other two that I have, the interfacing for the outside attached. This is going to be, rather than the material going this way, it's going to go this way. So it's going to be more boxy. It'll be a longer bag, but it won't be as tall. Hulk, Spider-Man, Thor, Daredevil. So I've got those. Where's the other one? There it is. And the other one, this is actually some of the first fabric that I ever bought when I decided when I was younger I wanted to learn to sew, and then never really got into it. It's this really neat black cupcake print. So the first bag I make with this I'm going to keep, but I have enough of it that I am going to make a second one that might be a little bit smaller. But this is definitely going to be mine. And I have the interior fabric cut for the cupcake bag, but not for this one yet. I have a really cool cotton print that I bought like a year ago, and it's all comic onomatopoeias like bang, pow, all that sorts of stuff. So that's going to be really cool. So I've got those I'm working on. I have stacks of fabric all over the place. I'm a mess right now, guys. I am a mess. And there's stacks of stuff along the windowsill. I don't think you can see it all, which is good because it looks horrible. And my husband's finally on leave. He took the kids to the playground. He's been gone with them for a few hours, so I got the whole house clean. Got everything vacuumed, did sweeping, did the laundry, and Adam did the dishes this morning. So everything feels good. So I got a lot done, and I'm going to cut it here so that I can at least get that bag sewn together and have a few more minutes to breathe before they get home. So I wanted to say thank you so much everybody for watching. And welcome to all the new subscribers. Thanks for sticking around to all the OGs. I am almost at 2,000 subscribers now, which is super, super awesome and cool. I am now over 200 members in the Facebook group, which is Random Randy's Random Family. So if you're interested in some more interaction and being able to share pattern links and whatnot and show off what you're working on, go check that out. I do a pattern giveaway every 100 members, and I'm at about 223-ish, 230, somewhere in that range. And I guess that is all I have for now. There are potentially new things coming in regards to shop changes for me and some other things that may be in the works, so keep an eye out and I will let you all know as things develop. Again, thank you so much everybody for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.